Linda Stevens is with us from Artesia Clean and Beautiful. We're just talking about...
I think the problem with me is I'm always afraid to push the button because God knows what's going to happen if I do. And, sometimes there's a black hole out there and things just...
Yeah.
What if it eats it and I can't get it back?
Well, and it still happens.
There's a panic.
But I know exactly what you're talking about, because if you're working on your paper or you're working on your proposal, or in our case, we're editing commercials, and then the computer reboots.
Yeah, at a most inopportune time.
Yeah, well, I have to tell you, Windows as an operating system has gotten a heck of a lot better at dealing with that situation. And for when we're doing audio editing and we have an application that we use, a multi-track recorder editor, blah, blah, blah. And we'll have a situation where the computer will have to be rebooted, and all the windows that we had open will pop back up. All the documents we were working on will pop back up.
Ooh.
And then I click the audio application, and it'll pop up and it'll say, "Do you want to resume the session that you were working on?"
Yeah.
Yes. And everything. Now, it doesn't happen 100% of the time, but most of the time,
yeah.
Windows has gotten a lot better at remembering what you were doing before the big shutdown and
that's
bring
like
it
when
back
I'm
up.
doing a year-end report or writing a grant or whatever, and I do not like Smart Monkey. I don't care. Or Survey Monkey or whatever the heck it is.
I think that's what it is.
I hate that.
Yeah.
And, man, I save every other word I print or type because one time it actually did go to the Twilight Zone.
Yep.
Thank God I had printed each page out because I had to re-enter everything.
Yep.
When I pushed send, I don't know where it went, but it didn't. And it was like, oh, my God, I was ready to cry.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I had saved, because when you're composing stuff, you don't always remember how you worded everything. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, I had printed so I could just redo what I had done. Yeah. And I was a nervous wreck by the time I got out of there.
Well,
it was horrible.
It's gotten better. It's not perfect,
yeah.
Clearly. Because people still go, "What are you talking about? Last time I was doing something, it was gone." So
yeah.
It's not perfect. But even like when you get a new phone,
mm-hmm.
I remember getting a new phone and scheduling an appointment at Plateau to sit down with the wonderful person at Plateau to transfer all of my photos and contacts from my old phone to my new phone.
That's always the panic or the fear when you get a new phone. Is it, or is it going to just, in between the two connections, it's just going to go to the heavens or wherever it goes?
Yeah. And sometimes your contacts were saved on the phone, and sometimes your contacts were saved someplace else, and so you do the transfer.
And it rearranges your contacts.
Yeah.
Last time I did it, it put everybody alphabetical by their first name, which is fine, because I actually almost like that.
Yeah.
But prior to that, it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody do I know their last name, so it was like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah.
Then I got, when I had AT&T years ago, and I'd gotten a new phone, and they were supposedly transferring it.
Yeah.
I got smart. I got out in the car, and I thought, I'm going to check this before I drive off, because at that time it was over in Carlsbad, and I didn't want to get all the way home and then find out.
Yep.
Something horrible had happened. I had 4 photos, and I thought, oh, God, this isn't going to work. I went back in, and I said, Houston, we have a problem.
That's right. I got to have these 4 photos.
No, I had to have all the other 1,000.
Oh, there were only 4 photos.
There were only.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Where's
I was like,
the rest?
where is the,
Yeah.
And I don't.
Did they find them?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, fortunately, they did.
Yeah.
And then when the other thing that happens is all of a sudden you have the same person, Sally could be in there one time and 3 photos, then Sally's in again, and it only has her email. Well, I never had her email in there to begin with. Why do I have it now?
Yeah.
It just makes up stuff as it goes along.
I guess it does. Now, the last time we did a switch, the only mistake we made, because Lana got a new iPhone 13,
mm-hmm.
and then I traded in my iPhone 10s Max, and I got her iPhone 11 Pro Max. So I'm still 2 generations behind.
Which is hard for me to believe because you're the newest and brightest and, toy out there.
Well, we do
line before the door opens.
Sometimes, but we do get a new phone.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of both of us getting a new phone, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with this 2-year-old phone.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it at all. And now I can walk in and see I've got the 3 camera modules now, so I'm not behind with the 2 camera modules. But the only mistake we made is, being in the Apple ecosystem, I backed up her phone to the cloud. I backed up my phone to the cloud. I updated my phone to the current iOS at the time. We did not do the upgrade to the iOS on her phone, which is this phone. So when we did the transfer, it hung up on this phone, and I had to wipe it clean again.
Ooh.
Get it updated to the current iOS, because the backup that I had done was in the current iOS, and this phone was still on the previous version. Then once I got this up to the current version of iOS, which matched the backup that I had done, then everything came in and worked fine. And so it was a pretty painless procedure, and I've got all my contacts, all my previous text messages, all my emails. I mean, everything that was on my prior phone, all migrated to this phone here. So they've gotten better at it. Is it perfect? No. Are people going to have issues from time to time?
Of course.
Yes.
That's because it's a machine, in a sense, and it can act up.
Yeah.
But I've got an iPad that's, by technology, it's a dinosaur. I opened it the other day to see how much charge was left on it, because I FaceTime a lot.
Yeah.
And I missed 2 messages from a friend of mine. And I was like, wait a minute. So I looked on my phone. They weren't on the phone. Both of them, and they were cat pictures, but that's beside the point. They were her cats, so, that was
Maybe
special.
your phone said, this is a waste of time. You don't need to know about
But
this.
she texted them, but they went to the iPad.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 4 messages on that iPad. And they're older than, literally, 2014 or something. I don't know. They're really old.
Yeah.
So why it sent them there instead of on my phone?
It's an interesting thing, because Lana has the same thing. She has a couple of YouTube channels that she subscribes to, and sometimes when the YouTube channel posts something, she'll get the notification on her iPad but not on her phone, or she'll get the notification on her watch but not on her iPad. And so, and I can't.
Supposed to share.
That's right, and I can't answer. She'll ask me, "Why is this happening?" I say,
Beats the heck out of me.
I don't know. I'm fairly smart, but not that. Hey, let me ask you this. I don't know if you followed the congressional maps that have been passed. Apparently, the governor's going to sign. Basically, the congressional district that we're in now, which is southern New Mexico,
right,
and the eastern side of New Mexico, is now we're going to be split up into the 3 districts. So some of us are going to be in CD2, some of us are going to be in CD1, some of us are going to be in CD3. So they basically took our part of the state and they divvied it up amongst the 3 other districts.
Boy, they were scared of us, weren't they?
They are. House or State Rep Greg Nybert said in an article that was in the Roswell paper, there's no desire for Chaves County to be a part of CD1 or frankly part of CD3. So then there was a response. And this is from Flo Wells, and I've seen Flo right before. I think Flo is a Democrat.
Okay.
Which is fine. They're out there. They're fine. And she says, once again, Representative Nybert is wrong.
She tells it, huh?
Not that he's wrong now, but he's once again he's wrong. When he says there's no desire for Chaves County to be a part of CD1 or frankly a part of CD3. She says, I am thrilled to be moving to a district with a functional member of Congress instead of a party line spouting ineffective member I have had since the 2020 election. So she apparently is not an Yvette Harrell fan.
I can kind of figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah. So somehow she thinks whoever the reps are from the other 2 congressional districts in New Mexico are functioning reps.
Oh, good grief.
And Harrell is a party line spouting ineffective member. I'm scratching my head and I'm going, name a Democrat anywhere in the country, especially in New Mexico, who is not a party line spouting member.
Exactly. Exactly. In fact, you could probably figure that out anywhere. Or any of them have two brain cells that are firing correct. I swear to God, they drank Kool-Aid that had something in it when they got into Washington.
Yeah.
And they've screwed up the whole country.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how different people think. And obviously, I'm a conservative and I'm a registered Republican, if people didn't know that.
Yeah, if you couldn't figure that out.
I don't think I've made any big revelation here. But to sit here and say that Yvette Harrell is a party line spouting ineffective member has not really paid attention to how things have been running in Congress or in the state of New Mexico. In New Mexico, if you were a Democrat member of the legislature and you did not spout the party line or vote the party line, they primaried you. They got you out of there. And they did that several times this last election cycle, and I'm sure they're going to do the same thing in this election cycle. So it just, to me, I feel sad that somebody thinks that Yvette Harrell is the party line spouting, ineffective congresswoman.
I realize just because, say you got elected and you promised the voters all kinds of wonderful stuff. That's only as good as the words you said, because you, as one person, can't fix it.
Right.
You've got a whole bunch of other people up there that you've got to convince. And they're going to do what benefits their pocketbook.
That's usually what happens, yeah.
But yes, when you go in there as a normal person and you come out a multimillionaire, figure that out, people.
Yeah.
On your wage of whatever it is, 100 and some thousand a year, you shouldn't be able to come out a millionaire, a multimillionaire in 4 years.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
Something's not right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, something's not right with all that. So I hate for people to fall into that trap. There was one state legislator when this special session started, Democrat, who was so fed up with having to be a party line spouting deal that he went independent.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do this. I'm sick and tired of getting a memo. Here's how you're voting. In essence, is what he was saying. I'm sick and tired of that, and I need to vote the way I think.
Yes.
I should vote on these issues. And so he left the Democrat Party and went went independent. And I think has voted against some of this stuff. So, yeah, is Yvette Harrell a party line touting? Well, Yvette's a Republican, and she most likely is going to caucus with other Republicans, and the Republicans as a group in the House are going to say, here's some of the things we're going to support, here's some of the things we're going to stop. But that doesn't mean that they're a party line spouting ineffective rep.
No.
And the only thing that makes her ineffective is the fact that we're about 15 seats, 10 to 15 seats. I say we, the Republicans, if they flip 10 to 15 seats, maybe 20 seats, then Yvette Harrell would go from a party line ineffective member of Congress to a party line effective member, because she would be a part of the party that's in control. So
I don't get, we can talk and hash this out for days and not come up with any better answer.
Yeah.
But how certain people become Democrats and become so liberal, what makes them think that being so liberal and giving everything away and handing people stuff without having to work for it, or here, you need this, how do you become that?
Yeah.
And then just because you're a Republican, you're not that way, and you figure out if you want it, you got to work for it. Oh, what a concept. What causes that tremendous division? Because some of these people are, if they're your friends, the best thing to do is not talk politics
That's
ever.
true.
You know,
Yeah.
they say you don't talk politics, sports, religion. Sometimes the weather can get you in trouble too.
Well, sports you can talk, but it's
you have to be very careful because there can be heated conversations over certain sports.
right. But
teams.
everybody understands you're being a fan of a team,
Right.
Yeah. So, but religion and politics
Don't
off
talk
the
about that.
Yeah.
No. If you want to keep some of your friends, just
Yeah.
find another subject that you both like or something. And
Yeah. Talk about the Cowboys.
there you go. And they're doing good. But yeah, I don't know how people think that that's a good way to be, and when you can see what it does to the country.
Yeah. I think a great example is look at the Twitter feud this week between Elizabeth Warren, senator, and Elon Musk, entrepreneur. And Elon Musk has a tax bill of like $15 billion from all of his different enterprises and companies. And Elizabeth Warren thinks he's a freeloader. And Elizabeth Warren is a taxpayer-funded public servant who gets into her private jet. She's one of those people, just like you talked about.
Yeah.
Went from being a college professor who got a job based on her race, which turned out not to be true.
Right.
And Elon Musk, while he's, you may not agree with some of his things that he's coming out with.
Yeah, he's a little out there.
He's created a lot of jobs. He's formed whole new industries.
Yes.
And has moved, the economy and different things. For her to call him a freeloader.
Yeah.
Where does she earn her income? The taxpayers are paying her salary.
Yes.
It's kind of fun to watch, but that's a prime example, I think, of a conversation between an idiot politician who thinks that they are righteous and proper, and an entrepreneur who's like, get out of my way.
I pay my taxes. How much more do you want? How much blood do you want here?
Exactly. It's an interesting thing, but there's, for everybody that looks at that conversation and says, "Way to go, Elon." There's just as many people on the other side that are going, yeah, Elizabeth Warren, you're right.
That's because people don't read. They don't research. They don't find out honest to God facts and information.
Yep.
If it's on the internet, on Twitter or
TikTok
or Instagram or whatever else, oh my gosh, it must be true. Well, no, not necessarily.
Yeah.
You need to get multiple sources. Read. Figure it out. Use your head. Make your own opinions, by intelligent information, not just because somebody tells you something. Even that doesn't mean it's true. You need to go look. I had a sister-in-law one time that lied better than any rug there ever was. And if she said it was raining or the sun was shining, you better go look. And that's a fact. That is a fact.
I think you're exactly right.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
But totally changed the subject.
Yeah.
Can we get off of this?
Yeah. Let's talk about.
I went to the open house at Haven of Hope yesterday.
Oh, okay. How did that go?
Well, all I could say was, oh, wow. Beautiful facility.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beautiful. There was a couple of ladies I knew that had come out, and they were just like, oh, my God, wait till you see the kitchen. And I was like, it's a friggin' kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, when I went in, I went, oh, wow. I told one of them that I knew in there, I said, I got to come up with another word. I know there's more than oh, wow in this place. But what a beautiful facility. Whoever had the concept and, put the design together. Yeah. It is really special. Set up wonderfully. They have, I think they said 6 applicants now on the list to be able to try to get residency there. I have a lot of questions that I thought of after because I didn't have a tour guide, and there were guides around, but they were, talking with others, and some I could ask a couple of questions. But when you get away from it, then you want to know, okay, is everybody buying their groceries? Because there's multiple refrigerators and stoves.
Yeah, each family
Family's
has
have
their own. Yeah.
Yeah. Will there be cleaning services? Are you supposed to clean your own nest?
You're supposed to clean your own nest.
Yeah. Are they going to have televisions in every bedroom suite thing.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't think I saw them, but sometimes when you see a television, you've seen it, so your brain doesn't register. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I noticed they're short on doors because I guess they're floating in the ocean out here on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anita said that. Yeah. That
Yeah,
they're
all
waiting on some
haven't came
things.
in. There's some things, but beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What a great asset.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get to go to open house, you really missed something very nice.
Well, I'm sure if you call Anita and before the residents move in,
Sure,
and would like to schedule a visit or a tour, I'm sure she'd be very accommodating with that. Because they also want to encourage the community to help support.
Sure. They had cards for things that you might like to do if you want to volunteer, if you want to be on their board.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch. I took a card. I didn't even read all of it at that time. I had to go back to work, so I was kind of distracted, shall we say.
Yeah.
But yeah, great facility.
Well,
So,
good. No, I didn't get a chance. I was working with Big Nate for a little while yesterday, and then we did video at the Yeso Christmas concerts last night. So I had to go get that set up and ready to go. So I did not get a chance to go. And then I had to come down here and listen to the basketball game.
So you had to go back to work.
I was here till 9:15 last night.
All right.
Working on stuff. So that's why I'm hoping tonight, no games, no remotes, no nothing. I'm going to try to sneak out of here maybe like 4:30.
Ooh, luxury, huh?
Hey, let me ask you this before we run out of time completely. You did secure a location for Christmas
recycled
trees.
Christmas trees.
Yes.
The lot just north of CVE's office building. Where their old office was, is now a vacant lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have it marked properly so that you can tell.
Okay.
And if you're in question, that's Ritchie and 13th Street right there on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So after
Kind of exciting.
After Christmas is done, after you've opened the presents and somebody says, all right, let's get this stuff put away.
Yeah, well, as long as it takes to put all these decorations out, you really need to sit there and of course, unless you decorated before Halloween, some people did. Yes.
But when you're ready, when you've got all the decorations, and we're talking about the
Fresh
live cut, the fresh cut
yeah.
Christmas trees.
We don't want artificial.
Not your artificial trees, right?
Yes, please take off the stands and the lights and make sure you've got that last precious ornament because it could be the baby's first or something,
Mm-hmm.
Make sure all of that is off and then bring it and toss it in the pile.
And you'll have it marked off with barrels or something like that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And there will be a sign.
All right.
So,
and then once you've gathered up all the trees.
Yeah, they'll go to the transfer station. And I was talking to Jimmy the other day, and I said, taking them for mulch. He says, we haven't mulched anything at the drop of a hat in a long time because I guess the mulcher is not operative or something. But they do run through the chipper, and there's always mulch and chip out there for anybody to come and get. Because, anytime that anybody prunes a tree around here and hauls it to the transfer station, it goes in the brush pile.
Okay.
And then they end up chipping it up. So
that's when they get enough of a pile formed, then they go ahead and run it through the chipper.
So it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Take it, use it. I mean, that's what they really want you to do is come and get it and use it.
Yeah.
Because that's how they get rid of it,
Sure, but that's where these trees will eventually wind up, and then they'll eventually be turned into the mulch material that you can then go pick up for your what do you call it, the
landscape compost.
Compost. That's what I was trying to think. Your compost pile. So there.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got that going, and
good.
We're looking at some dates now for the rest of the year. So
very good.
Stay tuned. We will have a full calendar of event dates for you shortly.
All right. Well, we're going to let Hugh Hewitt do this show next Friday. So, Merry Christmas to you.
That means I might see you next year or something to that effect.
Something to that effect. So you're gonna have to get your own blueberry muffin for a couple weeks.
Oh my. Well, that's what you got to do.
I'm just letting you know so that you're prepared,
Life is hard.
All right, Linda, thank you as always.
Well, y'all have a happy, Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And at some point, maybe this world will get back to full normalcy, whatever that might be.
Yeah, let's hope so. So,
Yeah. Be kind to everybody, please. I don't think the world is going to change with all of the bad stuff that goes on until people start being nice to other people. You know, it's not hard. It's real cheap. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yep.
Just be kind to everybody. Do a random act of kindness. The reward that you will feel,
Pretty awesome.
yes, is better than any paycheck you could ever get.
There you go.
So,
all right, Linda, thank you very
all right.
much.